This is I downloaded and
For the grading,
Yeah, like for the grade.
download.
and then just send the link.
Yeah, because
trying to download this
there's
zip
that
file.
feature on the Android Studio.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. So demo for us, and then we'll do it for next
Okay,
time.
yeah, just like the
I think that's a great idea because we want them to have it on. We want you to have a code. You want to have a code on GitHub anyway. So let's do that. Prepare it for Thursday if you would and show the demo how to do it.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
And then from there on, we'll change the submission to a link instead of
Yeah,
It downloads
a
as a
zip. Yeah, that's totally better. Thank you. All right. So
Yeah, mine does. So try downloading that 7-zip. It downloads as a PDF. It's weird.
what are you talking about now?
Your 7-zip starter
The
starter
starter?
code. Yeah.
That is very weird.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to
Okay,
look into that.
yeah.
Thank you. I'll look into that. All right, so again, the Gradle build script is the script that we use that Android Studio uses to control how the project is built. And some of the information that you're going to have here, so it will auto-generate it for you. So you have something to work with, and then you can go and change it once you're comfortable to make changes to it. I'm going to have the minimum SDK version set. So again, the minimum version is the version. If you have 15 here, then apps that are running on a lower version will not be able to run your app, and Google Play will not show it to users who have a lower version. So this is the purpose of the minimum SDK version. The target SDK is the target to which you're targeting. And if this is 23, this means that Android Studio is backwards compatible. So if you have some newer versions, they will still work. You can work with them, but you won't be able to use some of the newer features. So that's a little bit of a trade-off. And then compile against version often will be the same as the target version. If you're compiling against this version, you might then need to figure out what would my users with minimum SDK version 15 do, and you're going to get some warnings that you need to figure out how to handle. You may need to add some custom code. But this is the default config, and it gets generated for you from Android Studio. And if you look in here, in a project, you can see that you have the Gradle scripts, and this is where the module.app will be the one containing the information I showed you. So this is the build system. Also, if you make a change to the build system, then you can rebuild your project or do a sync, and it will propagate to the project. All right. You can also add dependencies. So there is a, let's see, this was under file settings, I believe. You can, file project structure. We'll take you to this dialog, and then from here you can add or remove dependencies to your project. So if you're using a library that was written by someone else or anything like that, this would be the place to update in Android Studio. These dependencies also get added to the dependencies block, and so you can take or remove them from here as well. The manifest file, we have looked at it briefly to point out that this is the place where you're going to, where it's specified which is the first activity. If you can have multiple activities that is going to launch. And also other things you can do here would be, if you want to specify that your app only works in a portrait orientation, then you can have an attribute for orientation and set it to portrait or landscape. And then the app will not have the ability to change as you change the landscape or to landscape or project or portrait on your app, such as here. So Android screen orientation, you can set it to, for example, portraits. All right, next topic. You can change the launcher icon. So I think we looked at this already. If you look in the resources folder, res folder, you have this meme map, and here is your icon. And by default, you get the Android the green Android guy or person, being. I'm correcting myself. Yes.
What if I don't have the bit map?
Then we're going to create it.
Okay.
All right. So if you don't have it, that's okay. And let's say you want to have a different. You should actually have a different icon for your own app instead of the default one. And let's figure out here how to obtain one for yourself. So you're going to go to the Android Asset Studio link. You can do this right now. Android Asset Studio. And there's a link also in week 3 for you. And then the launcher icon. Then pick one of these. That appeals to you. And screen share. So all right, and then once you have it here, then you download it. And also, by the way, you can change the color. So you can make it different color down here. And do cast shadow or elevate, so you can play with these settings. And then download. So up here, download button. It will download the zip file for you. And then we go and unzip the file. So if you use the default name, it would be called IC Launcher, the name of your zip file. I'll put it on the desktop. So it didn't stress again. So shutdown. Here we go. All right, so after you unzip it, you're going to have a zip file, a REST folder. And in the folder, you have the following structure. In each of these, there is a different DPI version of your launcher icon. And they go from, for a smaller screen, so HDPI to the XXX DPI, which is a higher, maybe for a tablet or something like that. And now that we have those unzipped, then we can copy them. If you don't have a, let's see, so I'm going to, it should override it, but I'm just going to delete this folder. And if you don't have it, then you can create one. I will go ahead and delete those files here.
But I created in the file explorer, or will I create it in the Android Studio folder?
So what you're going to do is, if you don't have the map file, then you're going to right click on the res
Mhm.
and then say new, and then create
Directory.
a directory, correct. If you have it, then click on it, and then we're going to copy all these subfolders, subdirectories, and then paste here. The folder where we're copying
How do you
them.
create a folder
Map.
inside here?
There's new and directory.
See, so copy.
Copy all these folders into it.
Yeah. Let's see where my.
So right click on the res folder and then copy and then paste. And then you should have the MIP map with the IC launcher and the different versions of your icon. So let's take a few minutes for everyone to do this, and then the next step would be to essentially launch your device, your emulator, and then test it. And once you have the app, you should see now your new icon instead of the old one.
So are we supposed to move the folders with the icons in them, or just the icons
No,
themselves?
you're
after?
going to grab, so you grab, take a look. So
Okay.
go like this, select all of them, and then copy,
Okay.
put it in your clipboard, and go on the res folder, paste, and then you should get this structure created.
One of the icons is being used. Do you suggest deleting it?
Is this what it's telling you? Yes, because the reason it was saying that is because you probably had it up on here, so it's fine. You're talking about the green Android, right? Yeah, you can do that.
That's the full structure.
Did it work?
I got all the folders over. Let's see, this is how they can move like this. They're inside other folders.
So
I didn't have one there to begin with.
okay. That should be fine.
So when I moved them over, that's what I ended up with. I made the MIP map and
Okay.
not put all these folders inside it because that's what came from in here.
Right.
You're gonna give me all of those.
Right. So so go ahead and start your emulator and test it and see. And also click on one of these please folders and open it. And click on the launcher icon, right in the PNG file. So it's there. So launch your emulator and see if you can see it.
Let's try to put it into the new homework one.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I did.
And put the file structure is different there.
I
All right, and then I don't know what this project is.
The same.
Like,
Doesn't matter, so we'll just launch it.
So you can only do one icon.
Well, for the purposes of this class, you have to have one icon so you can identify your app. You have one way of identifying that. There's some other sub icons you can do for different parts of the app, but that's not what we're talking about right now.
Okay. Yeah, I tried to do two.
I know the
black and white,
structure
and
is
it didn't-
different.
It's
That's what I
not.
was saying. Like it's not
context
like
one.
when
One
I
at a time.
want to get to res, it's not
Oh,
in the same
oh, there's
place.
Java. It's in source.
Like it's differently, structured.
Alright.
Until my see the one for that is they already have a special icon.
Not working?
No, I'm downloading. Yeah, but that's put it in the great changes. And everything's it's laid out.
Oh, you're working else?
Say,
The one
say try again because
try it again.
Clean, so it's building on version 25. Go ahead and clean, build, and then rebuild. So here is the, to get back to, let me,
Yeah.
so there you go, that's what you're looking for. That you download. Alright, so, okay, so once you unzip the file, it will become a REST folder, and in the REST folder it will be subfolders. And you need to copy all of them over and
because there's
drop
this
them on the
place
REST
in one
folder.
of these things where you can set up the select the version.
You should work on the
Yeah,
map,
but
it
you
didn't
have to
work for
pull
me,
it
so
out
I dropped it on the
first to
REST.
do that.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, drop it on the REST folder.
Isn't it in the Java where the rest of it? So like you could
Working right here.
Yeah, that's mentioning how I do it. I'm gonna have this problem in my homework. I think the SDK is not here.
I see it's
What the hell just happened?
Right, so I think I told you to right click on the map and this worked, I think at some point, but it wasn't working right now, so just put it on the REST folder instead.
How do you do
So there are constant changes being made. Is this yours working there, Ivan?
Yeah.
I want to see the middle name of it.
Yeah.
Sazi, Yasin.
Here we go. Right here.
So that might be a different issue altogether.
Right there. You went to the
I don't know what project again.
I just realized.
so well.
But the instruction is correct. So once you fix it, you can.
Oh, wait.
Working? Yes.
Okay, it's saying
Oh,
round
I'm
right.
feeling it. It's still not good. Here we go. Look at how it looks.
So it's called something else. It's,
We just had problems. Rendering problems.
Oh my god. What? Watch this.
Because
Watch this. We'll come here. Go like this. I'm gonna go into my Temp converter. Source. No, it's not source. It's, where is it?
It should be.
No.
It would have it. Place. Maybe. Res. Other. I just pasted it there and then it pasted over. I can do it with mine. I can't.
So if I do that here, and then I say file, open.
Alright, so it sounds like most of that is working.
So yours have, there's a.
Open.
Yeah, but when you have to launch it in the emulator to see it. Did you launch it?
Yeah.
There you go. Now it's open. Ooh, it might run fast. That's not work.
There's no sign of it. It might be the. Right, I was going to say, it depends. It seems like the thing you're using, some things don't display. That's why I'm using this kind.
But I don't want to.
So try changing it. Anything else? Alright, was this enough? With the icons or?
There's different file structures. Instead of
It's a tool. Your examples are nothing like what we do.
Yeah. I know. I'm wondering if we better just use my own because I know how it
Why
works.
is this?
and they don't all match up.
I'll delete those and then replace it with
But I don't have all the same sizes.
if you follow the direction to create it
There we go.
from the Android Task Studio, then you can delete and replace. I don't need to do that. This is just a play project.
There we go.
Just to be clear, it's not something. So what I'll do is I'll delete and then replace. This is some older versions have no. I'll copy these and go to the rest one. Okay. Yeah. And I'll still test it though with emulator to make sure it's.
Pasting in the res.
Yes. So delete them if there was something else before. And also we should be able to have this as a, if you close the app, and I don't know where it is, but if we found there it is. So as you can see also, I clicked on it, but in addition to the icon showing on the app itself, it will have this icon as the icon right here. Icon identifier on the app, right?
Like just closing.
Too many screens, it's like, okay.
I feel that.
You just minimize it, it will automatically.
When you choose the path that you.
Yeah.
But that was that.
No, I didn't write anything.
Oh, it's because I did it on the newer
I think here
version.
should show no matter what team you chose.
Totally.
All right.
That's why.
So you know what the problem is? I downloaded the new Android Studio onto my laptop and did this whole thing, and it can't do it on this older version.
Because it's 1.5. And you know what? I emailed David and asked him to upgrade all the machines to the 1. So maybe you can look for a machine that has the new one.
I'm just gonna sit and pay attention
All right.
rather than.
Take some deep breaths.
No, yeah, I mean, it happens. I know what I'm gonna just do is from now on, I'll just bring in my computer, and that'll solve all the problems.
Right.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
I thought they would be
What are we
uploaded by
supposed
now.
to do?
Yeah.
That's all.
Not Bravo or Bravo? No, it keeps coming up. And it's saying that it's in the path.
You want to type the lines.
I already dropped it. I'll do
It's
it.
not showing, this is something else. So delete that.
Yeah.
Let me see,
No, you can drink. You said
let me see
cool. Click.
where are your files to drop in.
After I was talking to you downstairs and then I went to the cafeteria or whatever.
Where are the files we dropping? Can I look at them?
I don't know what that means.
He goes,
You know how you download some files from
and I
Android?
was like,
Okay.
what? I was like,
These
okay.
are supposed to
I
say
kept going.
global.
And then he messaged me on Facebook.
This is all good.
I don't exist.
So what I would suggest is go back. How to
This
set
18
them.
year old boy.
Go back.
And I was 17.
18.
You
He
use
just
the
started.
different. Did you use this one? No, use this one. We want that launcher.
For programming, right?
So I said that, but maybe.
Nice.
So for the launcher icon, so this is the launcher icon.
I'll make the money until he's done with school and then he can support.
What does launcher mean?
I'm about to show you. So when you click here, launcher,
Okay.
and it's also going to show.
I believe it will be this busy as well.
But the icon that you use to launch the app, so that's what I showed you.
You
Okay.
can find it, can
So
strike
use
that out.
this one. And then,
Oh,
you
you
can-
used to.
and then once you get it downloaded and unzipped, then you drop it on the rest folder, copy to the rest folder.
Yeah, but you redid it though. Remember?
Where's the manifest?
The manifest is at the very top of the project, so take a look, please. When you open your project, what is your name, Joseph?
Yes.
Okay, so it's in the manifest folder. And also here it will actually say the name of the launcher icon.
You made a relative one.
I know, but it says here, could not find com.android.support.constraint layout.
So if you're using constraint
No, I
layout,
didn't.
that's a different
I redid it with a
Yeah.
relative.
relative, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going on. I know it works right on my computer. I'll bring it in on Thursday.
All right, and we're about to else now. So the last part of chapter 3 that I wanted to touch on was the documentation. So for example, let's see, if we go to the Google website, so you have a class index. All right, so we've been using the activity class. As you know, every project that we have started so far is going to, if you look in the Java, extends the activity superclass, right? So let's look at the documentation for activity as one example of using the documentation. And I need to still make a note to enable this on Android Studio so that the documentation shows up in line. Android documentation. Maybe it was not downloaded. That's one possibility when whoever set these up. What I was talking about is I would like to be able to hover over activity and get the information here. But for now, we'll just look up the online documentation. I think maybe he didn't download it. In any case, so we learned here this is a public class activity. Here it has a hierarchy that starts with object, context, and so on. And for example, which method have we learned that, here the methods, I just gave it up, but what was the method that gets generated when you create an activity? Who remembers? The first, onCreate was the first method that gets generated. So if you look here, first of all, this is the activity diagram, and here is onCreate, or the life cycle, I should say.
When you do in Android Studios, if you hit Control J, it doesn't work. If you're selecting something.
It might work. Let's try. I was able to just cover over. yeah, okay, so Control J. All right, very good. I used to be able to just hover over and do it. So on create is the method here, called when the activity is first created. And this is where you should do all of your normal static setup, create views, bind data, and so on. Is it killable? No. And then it tells you what's the next one. And we also were familiar with on pause and on resume and so on. But this is just an example. So in any case, when we learn of a new class or method or anything new, then we can reference the documentation for additional information. That's what I wanted to show you. So I think that's all to say about chapter 3, unless there are any questions. And then
There's an app called Dash, which I think is free on Windows, and you can store like multiple copies of documentation like that. So you can just search through one app for anything you need.
okay, so that's
Yeah, it's not free.
Dash note. There may dash app down documentation. There you go. All right, so it looks like it's actually from map only, but I'll let you guys research that. And again, I don't know if the library, the documentation is optional download that you can select when you set up the Android Studio, and I'm not sure if this was selected or not. So I don't know if we have it here, but in any case, I think that's all we have for chapter 3. So we can start. What I'd like to do, I think, is the following. Let's take a break early, and then when you come back from break at 8, we're going to give out the phones so you can test with the pixels. But I don't want to start this now and stop in the middle. So 10-minute break, and I'll see you at 8. Ish.
You know, on it, I just don't want to hear.
That's the feature I was talking about. file settings, general, show quick dock on mouse move. So I'll have everyone do this when you guys return.
It's like at least 3 ways, because you can also command and select whatever you're clicking on, but it'll open a new tab that has
Yeah.
the entire class.
At least 3 ways. Yeah.
So once you like change the settings, it is supposed to be applied, right?
Well, you have to say apply. There's a apply button underneath the apply.
No, like, so you change the theme, and there's a apply button.
Yeah. So just down here. You see?
Yeah, but that, no, I'm not talking about the settings.
I'm talking about the app.
The
The
app
one that's
itself.
emulated.
No, it's not the emulator. I'm talking about the theme. Change the theme.
Oh,
On the tab,
if you change the theme,
on the activity menu.
if you change the theme, that should apply unless not all themes the listed are installed. So it might not apply because it's not installed, but if it's there, it should install.
It's not a big deal, right? Having an icon, actually, text reaction.
Well, let's say it's not a big deal right now. Eventually, you want to have an icon. We need to see, get to the bottom of why it's not showing.
About the saving stuff. That was interesting. So
Oh,
there's
saving your homework.
there's like assignment 1 and assignment 2.
Right, so we're going to start using the feature to upload it to GitHub and post the link, and Sofian is going to do a demo next time to show you how to do that.
So even though I didn't submit yet, I didn't submit yet.
Assignment
1 and 2.
2.
Well, 2 is work.
I would just like to look at your assignment 1. If you have it ready, but you didn't submit, then I can look at it.
So basically making layout is assignment 1. Yeah.
It looks like you can,
And-
okay,
And well, assignment 2 is not till next week.
right. For assignment 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have this.
So like
So it's assignment, the assignment 2.
2 and 3 that you will
By 3, you have, exactly. Okay, and get some tea. Hi, Grant. I forgot his name already. All right, guys. So let's do this. All right. So I'm going to give phones to those of you who are awake, and you have a group too.
Yeah. Always trying to hustle. That's what I'm always trying to make money.
All right. So when you give me back the phone, I need to check it to make sure everything is in it. And right now, essentially, you just should be able to plug in the USB cable, and then the phone will show on the screen along with the emulator, and then you can launch it. Here's
Turn it
one
on.
for you too, if you want.
Oh, there we go. Hey, St.
The
Bosch's,
three of you,
those
I
vapes
think
I got from you.
again, if you want to keep them around, we can give them all here.
Set it up to debug here.
I believe we all did this last time.
So,
Yes.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're sharing this one.
Yeah, I have you guys do this.
I think we did. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Cool.
we did. He's like, we did.
Can we connect? Okay.
Remember
I
how
believe
we
you.
went to the build and then tapped 7 times and
Oh,
said
yes,
you're
yes,
now a
yes, yes.
developer?
Yeah, you are now a developer. I do. Where do these plugs do?
Alright,
You can't plug.
Into the phone.
so
Whoa. No, look the
you guys want to come up here?
Nope. Nope.
Whoa, so you don't put your voice
Let me look inside here. There it is. Can you undo the plastic thing on that? And I will.
You were correct.
You guys want to come up?
No, it's different. Like,
So to the best of my knowledge, all the phones have been set up as a developer phone, which means that once you plug it in, you should see it on the screen.
Put this one back on.
So I'll turn off the recording because we are going to set up phones now, and then later we're going to start chapter 4 if we have time. But I don't know if I'll be able to record this as well.